What is going on, cryptocurrency investors? My name is Landon. Welcome to Crypto Review Central. On this channel, you can find daily cryptocurrency videos that cover a wide range of topics. This channel is evolving into a more advanced look at these markets, including fundamental analysis as well as anything that's trending in this space. We're constantly having a look at all of these diverse cryptocurrency assets and their respective prices and speculating on what the future might have. Where will all of this end up? It's anyone's guess right now. Rather than pitting the space up against the behemoth that is fiat and trying to be a better version of that, which personally I think it is, I truly believe, however, that this industry is headed in the direction of industry-specific solutions to long-standing chronic problems that traditional infrastructure has not adequately addressed. I thought that today we would talk about one of the most traded assets in this space that is shrouded in controversy, and talks of shitcoin and scam are all over the cryptoverse, but could in theory maintain its position in the third spot, and perhaps in a not so distant future experience a flippening with Ethereum and assume the second position in this market, and in time could be the biggest asset in this space, eventually overtaking that of Bitcoin. Obviously, that's a little bit of conjecture. I'm going to back that statement up with a reference later on in this video, so stay tuned for why that could be a possibility. Nevertheless, Ripple XRP remains a top asset in this space and has made headlines more than usual lately with a ton of development. Currently at 31 cents, which is a far cry from where it was back in December, at over $3.50, but has a total 24-hour volume of 225 million and a $12 billion market cap. As you can see, volume spiked on the 18th and started to drop on the 19th, and we've had a slow progression down since then. The underlying question that remains is, will Ripple XRP continue its expansion worldwide and actually be the go-to for financial institutions, international remittances, and cross-border payments? Santander and SBI Holdings are currently the most referenced financial institutions regarding XRP because Santander is boasting 50% of their international remittances using Ripple. Crossing the Pacific Ocean to Japan, the SBI Holdings company has been a partner of Ripple for over 2 years. The same firm has recently launched the VC trade exchange that is specifically XRP centric. SBI has gone a step further and invested in North American companies in Canada and the US. In the US, the firm has invested in the Clear Markets firm that is based in North Carolina and plans on building a derivatives exchange that allows institutional investment products to be tied to the price of Bitcoin, and most likely XRP as well. In Canada, SBI has invested in Lanxium Technologies, which provides wind power to cryptocurrency mining activities. In conclusion, the events, developments, and technological advancements that make XRP great and have made headlines lately are the reason why Ethereum World News is regarding XRP as seriously undervalued at current levels of 32 cents. Suggesting that when the hangover of these ETF rejections settles, as well as regulatory uncertainty across the globe, XRP will rise to its full potential in the crypto markets. There's more and more companies that are always coming on board to RippleNet, and it seems as if the road of Ripple being the go-to financial technology is being paved ever so slowly. What exactly does Ripple offer that traditional systems can't? Ripple is essentially replacing a widely known and current best practice in the financial sector called the Swift Payment Protocol. I've personally used it when working for CIBC here in Canada as a bank teller, sending funds internationally for clients. The Swift system, much like most centralized systems, is expensive, slow, and requires exhaustive paperwork. As an entry-level bank employee in Canada, when using the Swift protocol, I was required to provide a ton of input. All of the sending and receiving information, amounts, etc. were all manually entered into the Swift system by myself, and naturally any errors on my part would be costly and even more time consuming because you would have to send it over again and pay the fees all over. Furthermore, many centralized systems have a certain cost associated with transacting on the network. The company has to make money and most involved take a small percentage. Lastly, it can take several days at times for transactions to be completed. Take all of those factors into consideration, the manual input, the cost, and the time, and factor those into a blockchain-based system like what Ripple has, and not only does the process become automated, it becomes significantly cheaper and takes mere seconds or minutes to complete. Pilot tests of XRapid by Ripple have proven that financial institutions save 40 to 70% compared to the traditional way of doing things, that being Swift. The transactions also took an average of 2 minutes instead of the long 2 to 3 days that is commonly associated with the Swift payment protocol. The benefits are immense to using RippleNet and quite obvious to anyone, but Swift is currently incredibly dominant. Within 3 years of introduction, Swift membership had increased to 230 banks across 5 countries. Although there are other message services like Fedwire, Ripple, and Chips, Swift continues to retain its dominant position in the market. Its success is attributed to how it continually adds new message codes to transmit different financial transactions. While Swift started primarily for simple payment instructions, it now sends messages for a wide variety of actions, including security transactions and treasury actions. So the question remains, can Ripple actually replace Swift? It's going to be a long and arduous process, but I think it has already begun to happen, particularly with SBI Holdings and Santander Bank, and I consider this sort of a pilot study that other companies will be watching to see if the switch to RippleNet will be better for their overall costs and efficiency as a financial institution. With all of these things considered, along with the wave of adoption Ripple has gotten over the past several months, it's safe to assume that Ripple XRP is here to stay and will continue to grow in size. Moving on to the recent news about XRP, Ethereum World News reports that XRP is seriously undervalued and comments on some SEC loopholes that Ripple is currently operating within, and the future of the SEC's decision on Ripple being a security or not is causing a lot of stress on the investor base. It's still unclear what is going to happen with this, so I will keep you up to date as anything becomes available. Why does Ethereum World News think XRP is undervalued? Recently, Ripple has partnered with Bittrex and other calculated exchanges, being Bitso from Mexico and Coins.ph from the Philippines. It means that all 3 exchanges will be used as intermediary exchanges for their respective fiat currencies, being USD, Mexican peso, and the Philippine peso, against XRP during cross-border transactions. No more need for the expensive middleman in the form of an expensive forex broker. The team at Ripple further explained how it will all work in the case of a transaction from the US to Mexico. A financial institution has an account with Bittrex, initiates a payment in US dollars via XRapid, which is instantly converted into XRP on Bittrex. The payment amount in XRP is settled over the XRP ledger, and the receiving exchange, being Bitso in this case, instantly converts the XRP back into fiat, which is then settled into a destination bank account. Keeping in mind what I already said about institutions saving 40 to 70%, and the average transaction taking 2 minutes as opposed to 2 to 3 days, the benefits are kind of eye-opening from a financial institution's perspective, and really makes a wonderful case as an investor looking at the cryptocurrency markets and wondering which asset to invest my hard-earned cash into. I'm not suggesting that you all go buy XRP, but all of these recent developments are making a great case for it, in my personal opinion. Keep in mind, none of this content is financial advice. It's my personal opinion. I immerse myself in these markets to hopefully bring value to you guys in the form of cryptocurrency content. Moving on, there's also recent remarks by Weiss Ratings that XRP is the fastest digital asset to transfer funds between exchanges. This realization resulted in the XRP community petitioning Binance via Twitter to list XRP as a base currency on the exchange. Good luck with that, by the way. The list does go on, however, for reasons why XRP should continue its dominance in the cryptocurrency space. Furthermore, recently the code base was improved through the migration of nodes over the past few weeks. The XRP ledger has become more and more decentralized. This is a sentiment now confirmed by David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer. In his latest report, The Inherently Decentralized Nature of XRP Ledger, he argues that through Ripple's consensus protocol, XRP is now totally decentralized. According to Schwartz, the XRP ledger uses a consensus protocol that relies on a majority of validators to record and verify transactions without incentivizing any one party. Validators are different from miners because they aren't paid when they order and validate transactions. Today, these validators operate at locations across the globe and are run by a broad range of individuals, institutions, asset exchanges, and more. XRP is based on an inherently decentralized democratic consensus mechanism, which no one party can control. As part of this, Schwartz has compared the control that these validators could take of the network to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which, as per his report, 58% of the Bitcoin network is controlled by just 4 mining pools and 57% of the Ethereum network is controlled by just 3 mining pools, compared to 7% of the XRP network, which is controlled by Ripple. In essence, nobody on the Ripple network has this sort of dominance or majority as we're seeing in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this is why I said at the beginning of the video that probably had you confused. Ripple could in theory overtake Ethereum or Bitcoin due to its decentralized nature, if the decentralized aspect is a very attractive feature for widespread mass adoption, which we are so far away from. I cannot stress that enough. I personally disagree with Schwartz when he says that the ledger had always been decentralized, but either way, things are changing at Ripple and for the better. And things are also changing for XRP. There's an ongoing debate that I'm not really going to get into in this video that Ripple are separating themselves from the XRP token, but that's also shrouded in controversy and confusion. And there's no real clear answer right now, so I don't really want to speculate on it too much. This increasing decentralization is going to be something that will be very attractive for new investors, and has been a point of contention in the cryptocurrency community that Ripple has not been decentralized due to the fact that Ripple themselves own a whole lot of XRP. That's increasingly not becoming the case when compared to other assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Lastly, I have an update regarding the lawsuit against Ripple alleging that the XRP tokens were fully generated even before the distribution began. The plaintiff further went on to accuse Ripple as a never-ending ICO. However, on August 1st, the plaintiff filed a motion to remand. On the 10th of August, the motion filed by him was ruled over by the court. The court denied the plaintiff's motion and has actually withdrew the class action lawsuit, so this whole thing has been put to rest. Although I don't think it was really weighing on the overall price action of XRP, the 3 new exchanges that I outlined just a moment ago are really part of the pushing force to keep XRP alive in the hearts of the cryptocurrency investor, and obviously to give its own investor base a lot of hope for the future. The Ripple XRP talk abounds across the entire crypto sphere, and the technicals talking about a potential bounce to the upside with a bull flag being considered. XRP has a steady ebb and flow of volume that's going to maintain its position as the 3rd ranked cryptocurrency. Where do you think Ripple XRP will head in the short term? What do you think about Ripple XRP's potential overtaking Ethereum or Bitcoin? Comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. And make sure to hit that like button if you've made it this far. Continue to follow our daily content on this evolving cryptocurrency space because I provide daily analysis on trending topics. Thanks again to the CRC crew for your continued support. I really don't think this bear market is over, so stay tuned. Make sure to do all of your own research and happy trading, everyone.